Hey everybody, Q from Tech Rants. Looks like I am live. Let me go ahead and verify that. Where's my phone? Let me go ahead and verify that. Give me 1 second. Gotta clear some of this RAM out. Hope everybody's had a good day or is having a good day. It's still early, kind of an early live stream tonight or today, whatever. Yeah. So let me just go ahead and pull this up. Give me 1 second. You know, the YouTube shooting happened yesterday, so most definitely want to give my condolences to anybody that was affected. Most definitely, it's just it's just crazy. We live in a crazy world. So yeah, let me pull this up. Give me 1 second. All right. So, as the title says, okay, we're gonna talk about GSM versus CDMA. Just kind of like what's better. Let me get a little closer to the mic. Kind of, what's better and what should you choose, and which will work better, for you, all that other good stuff. So, Michael Mortea, thanks for joining in, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that other good stuff. And, let's see what we can do here. So, I don't know all the technical aspects of GS. Actually, there is a lot of tech aspects of it that's like, of what goes into it, and different things like that. So I'll just basically talk about what mainly people care about. So flexibility versus features, and like stuff that I notice. And I think I'm gonna sneeze, guys. I did. Excuse me. I did live. Excuse me. Allergies kicking my ass. So yeah. So of course, one of the main the main difference, and one thing that people should know is that okay. All right, hello. I'm not hearing myself anymore. So give me 1 second. All right, sorry. I'm monitoring the connection and stuff on my SC to make sure nothing goes wrong. So apologize for that. All right. So yeah, what people should realize is that the rest of the world pretty much uses GSM. Especially over there in Europe, it's the Europe standard. AT&T of course was the first phone company. I don't know if they were the first cell phone company, but if you want to talk about the standard of what a lot of the world uses, it's GSM. So generally you go overseas, you're gonna get you're gonna get a GSM SIM card, which is why Verizon phones were it was a big deal because they were pretty much unlocked. You had the freedom to get an extra SIM card if that's what you needed to do. So, you basically over here One of my phones just okay, whatever. So over here, we have CDMA and GSM. So the GSM networks being T-Mobile and AT&T, and CDMA being Verizon and Sprint. However, Verizon plans on being all GSM by 2019. So technically, only got a year to go, and pretty much they have deployed that technology. I had a line with Total Wireless recently, and yeah, it's pretty much the same. I got a buddy of mine that has Verizon, and it's all pretty much GSM. Verizon's pretty much been practicing the GSM method before anything. So, and the way that works is that GSM, anything 4G LTE is GSM basically. It has a GSM radio band in it. So, for you to receive your speeds, the way you should. So, you take, for instance, like the, all iPhones have GSM. For the most part, technically all Verizon iPhones are unlocked. Or they were, but now that this mess is going on with the FCC, they pretty much have the freedom now to lock their devices. So, that's a good thing, it's okay, or whatever the case may be. They got to do what they got to do or whatever, but, it made it easier for customers to take their devices places. Sprint, it's very hard. It's very hard to, do something real quick. It's very hard to unlock a Sprint device, and I've seen maybe like 2 cases where it was successful. It is not an easy process. Best believe that. So I don't know. It's so one of the main advantages, I'm kind of rambling here. So basically, what it all boils down to, what people really care about, one of the main advantages of the GSM is that, of course, you can use unlocked phones. If you buy a phone that says unlocked 99% of the time, or most, I can't even say 99%. It's just getting too close. Most of the time, you can use it with any GSM carrier you want. So, you take like, trying to think. Turn up the mic a little bit. Hope that's a little better. So yeah, you take like the Honor 7X or the Xiaomi Mi Mix or the Doogie or the Blade V8 Pro. One of these phones like that. Those are all unlocked devices. You can use them on AT&T and T-Mobile pretty much. There are a couple of phones that have GSM and CDMA bands that are capable of using, hold on one second. That's something coming from my speakers. Okay. You have a couple of them that are capable of using GSM and CDMA. Thank you, Kevin Marte, for stopping by. Appreciate that. Much love. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for joining in. Anybody that does, not many, but just a couple of y'all that join in. I do this because, in case anybody does want to join in and they got any questions, they can do it. And of course, if you're in the replay crew or whatever, you can go ahead and ask questions and do whatever you need to do. And I will answer it and take care of it. But yeah. So yeah, but some of the phones that I know for sure have GSM and CDMA bands are like the Moto G5 Plus, G5S Plus, the E4, like all of those can be used GSM or CDMA. And I know for sure Boost, I'm not sure about Sprint, but Boost Mobile has a SIM card that you can actually get that will actually allow you to use the service. My laptop here. So I've seen people that's actually been successful with it. Me personally, sorry, need to say something up. Me personally, I've never used it. I've never tried it. I thought about it, but I didn't feel like going through all that hassle and headache. But for the most part, I hear it does work because it has the proper bands, and they're selling the SIM card. And it was really a shocker, especially with all these restrictions going on and everything. Carriers really want you to buy their phones because, of course, they profit off of that. But CDMA is a little bit more restrictive. CDMA uses now their SIM cards is pretty much all internal. For most CDMA phones, you can't remove the SIM card. GSM, of course, you get a SIM card ejector, SIM ejector tool in the box or whatever, and you can remove the SIM card. GSM, CDMA is pretty much ESN swipes. And it's just, I don't know. GSM, you got a little more freedom. GSM, you can be on a call and surf the web at the same time or get a picture. Sprint is coming to that. They're pretty much deploying to that because one, that's what's popular, and two, well, people don't realize that Sprint has a larger network than Verizon. Verizon just has a stronger network in a lot of cases, but Sprint has a huge network, and but they're working on it. They're rolling out the feature. I know for sure. Excuse me. I know for sure, like the LG Stylo 3 Plus or the LG Stylo 3. It has the feature. It's called calling. It's a calling plus feature. It allows you to be on the phone. You can be on the phone. You can use web. And you can also not forward, but like if you get I do a lot of three-way calling, guys. So like if I get a call, instead of me having to hang up and call you back, usually with GSM technology, you can just merge the call, and that really comes in handy, because it avoids a lot of the hassle. So, like I said, GSM is the worldwide standard. So you get a phone that's unlocked, and you just put your SIM card in. If you need to switch services or whatever, you just pop your SIM card out, pop it back in, boom, you're good to go. It's really, there's not much to it. So, CDMA, like I said, is a little more restrictive. So basically, after Verizon completes their deployment, only CDMA network the United States will have is pretty much Sprint, and it's MVNO. So Sprint, Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, whoever else uses Sprint towers. So that will actually pretty much just force. I think it'll kind of force Sprint to go GSM, and if Sprint goes GSM, I really think that they'll have a better clientele. That their clientele will definitely be boosted. Boost Mobile will get a lot of business. Sprint definitely will. Sprint will definitely rise to the top because Sprint has the capacity to be one of the #1 carriers. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. And everybody's got their own opinion. That's totally fine. But I was just checking to see if I was getting any scrutiny. But most people, Sprint. Me personally, I don't have any problems with Sprint. I absolutely fucking love Sprint. They have the capacity to be the #1 carrier in my book. They are the #1 carrier as far as features and value that they give their customers. At times, Sprint themselves has a billing issue, but in my case, Boost Mobile is a really good carrier and a really good value for your buck. If Sprint goes GSM, it's over. I think Boost Mobile will dominate Metro, PCS, and everybody else fully. But it's still CDMA, and I think that's what draws a lot of people. I watched the video earlier today, and they wondered why Boost Mobile does not gain a lot of attention. One, they don't have Wi-Fi calling, okay, and that's a big thing to a lot of people. You know, and especially if you know if you like, I know what usually like when I would work, especially when I would go, you know, when I had Family Mobile, and even with Metro PCS, you go somewhere where there's no windows, or you go deep into the basement. No, you're barely gonna get a signal out. You're lucky if you do get that one to two bars, but you're barely gonna get the signal out. I've heard that's gotten better. Of course, I haven't been in a building to test it lately. Usually, you know, of course, even with Boost Mobile, like I said, I get service in my basement. Even with the iPhone, I don't get a lot of my service. Well, actually, I get half of my service now that they changed from 5 bars to 2. But I can go in the basement and still do just, excuse me, still do just fine. So, I mean, it all depends on, you know, it all depends on what you want to do. If you don't mind being tied down and you don't use unlocked phones and you don't do a lot of traveling, I would go to CDMA. CDMA is fine. But if you know, just want an easy way to swap phones and you do a lot of traveling and you're overseas and shit like that, GSM is definitely the way to go. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, it all depends on preferences. But, you know, GSM has a little more features. Let's say you can be on the phone and send a text message, and not text. You can browse the web. You can merge a three-way call. You can use pretty much any unlocked device to your heart desires, as long as it supports your direct bands or whatever. You know, there's just a lot of freedom you have with GSM versus CDMA. CDMA is a little restrictive. It's a little harder to unlock their devices, and even it's very restricted to where you can take it to. So technically, it doesn't happen often, but I've seen CDMA devices work on GSM carriers. They just have to have the GSM antenna bands, but a lot of cases that don't happen. So Sprint will actually, yeah, they will really, you know, unless Sprint will lose a lot of business if they don't. If Verizon goes GSM, when they deploy it completely over, if Sprint doesn't go GSM, they're going to go out of business. That's the only, like, a lot of people say Sprint could fail and it's going to go out of business. And actually, that's the only way. If they don't realize what they have to do and go GSM, they will go completely out of business, because you can't be the only carrier that doesn't unlock phones, because you're going to have a lot of uncompatible phones. You know, of course, the iPhones and the Galaxies and stuff have GSM technology built in because it's all LTE. But in a lot of cases, it's really going to be incompatible with other services. So Sprint will have to go GSM. That's the only way they're going to survive. If Verizon does it, Sprint's going to have to. There's no way around it whatsoever. So, and right there, that's a fact. That's just a fact, because you can't be the only carrier with incompatible phones, because you won't have, you know, it's easy to, you know, it's not easy, but, you know, you could take a Verizon phone to Sprint or a Sprint phone to Verizon, but you can't. It's very rarely do I see a Sprint phone going to T-Mobile or a Sprint phone going to AT&T, and you damn sure don't see AT&T phones going to Sprint, and you don't see too many Verizon phones going to Sprint. So, I mean, so it just all depends. It all depends on who you are and what you like to do with your phone. If you're somebody that just use your phone on a day-to-day basis, you don't care, you know, you don't care about all these features and shit like that, you know, it's fine. You can just go either one. But if you like to travel, you like to just swap SIM cards and shit like that, I go to GSM. But if you if you don't mind restrictions, you don't mind, you feel like I'm gonna keep a phone for a couple years anyway, you don't plan on stepping off of United States soil, which of course I got my opinions about that. But if you don't step outside of soil, you know, fine, cool. Go ahead, go for GSM. Go for CDMA. So it all depends on what you want in features and what type of phones you plan on using. But, you know, that's pretty much the main differences that people should know. Of course, there's a whole lot of technical spectrum and shit like that. Even stuff I don't understand. And there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. I may be the tech master. My job may be in technology, but I don't know everything, guys. There's a lot of stuff I really don't understand. I could take the time to understand all this shit, but I don't. Because it's really not necessary. I get the basics out to what people care about. Of course, I know about all the chipsets and all this other stuff and processors and antennas, but, you know, the whole technical spectrum of GSM versus CDMA, I don't get into it, because a lot of people, the average person is not going to give a fuck. And you know, I know it's really blunt for me to put it out there like that, but it's just a fact. You know, you're not gonna give a damn. You're really not. So, yeah, guys, I've been up here for almost 20 minutes. I've been over here way over 20 minutes. So, yeah, guys, I just thought I would let you guys know, you know, for when you're trying to choose your carrier, you hear the term GSM and CDMA, you're like, well, what the fuck is that? So, you know, I just thought I would tell you what you're really going to care about and things like that. So, yeah, this has been a little informal / rant. I always got to find something to rant about in my videos because I am tech rant. But I hope this has also been informal the way you decide. You know, if I'm using an unlocked phone, I'm going to go here. You know, I need GSM. If I'm not, I don't really care. CDMA. Of course, you know, at the end of the day, you have to, you know, it doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want. You can always try stuff. Nothing stopping you from doing that, but I hope that this information provides insight. That way, you don't waste your time and waste your money, and you don't feel frustrated. You know, most of the time I am a budget person. Of course, I keep you guys up to date with phone news and prepaid news and stuff like that. But you know, I pretty much talk about everything I can imagine. But you know, I want you guys to save the most money because I do everything I can to save the most money. So if this was helpful, informative in any way, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that other good stuff down below. Please, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask, and I will do my best to get back with you just as soon as possible. Appreciate all you guys for joining in. Appreciate you guys for watching, the replay crew. Thank you so much. Leave your comments. Everybody, leave a comment. Leave whatever you got to say, your questions or whatever. I will make sure I get back to you just as soon as possible. And thanks for everybody for supporting me. Once again, condolences to the YouTube family. If anybody watches this and you know somebody that was affected, I pray to God, you know, I'm not going to get religious, but, you know, I really do pray that things get better and things look up for y'all. So, yeah, I've been rambling on for the past 22 minutes. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. This has been Q from Tech Rants. I will catch you guys on the next live stream. Lord's will. One love. Peace. I'm out.